Welcome to your big and beautiful Freshman ePortfolio folder. In this document, or rather folder, you will find the portfolio assignment sheet, which should look familiar. Brand new to you, the benchmarks and the due dates, and then you'll have the quick start guide. So before you start feeling like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, I'm going to faint from this, the great news is that this is all about you. So when you're working on your portfolio, if you're focusing on making it about you and focusing on your growth as a learner, remember to review our project goal. This is going to be a cakewalk. So let's look back at our assignment sheet just real quick. Some big reminders that you're completely in charge of what goes into your portfolio. We just want to make sure that we're all hitting the same sections and the same standards. Quick announcement as well. We discussed a post-portfolio presentation that we were originally going to just do in the discussion boards. What we're going to do as well is that you're actually going to be creating a screencast, and I'm going to give you an assignment sheet specifically for how to create a screencast. It's how I make these videos. It's very user-friendly, and that will be added to your folder on May 14th. So we'll talk about that more later. So you have your assignment sheet, and notice that each one of these bullets is a checklist. So my expectation for you is to use the checklist as a strategy. You can print this off and physically write on it, and a pro student Google Doc tip, you can make a copy of this. So if you hit File, make a copy, it will then go into your Google Drive, and that will allow you to do things like one of my favorite tools, strike through. Kind of a nice visual, quick way to see what you have finished and what you don't have finished and what needs your attention. So you have the assignment sheet. This is your checklist. This is basically how you're going to ensure that you get full points on this assignment. And just one more big reminder that this is going to be the final project for Pioneer 101. So this assignment, as well as the benchmarks and due dates leading up to it, are definitely going to influence whether or not you earn credit in advisory. If you have any questions on that, shoot me an email or find me on campus. So document number 2, benchmarks and due dates. Whenever you're approaching a large project, you always want to be cutting it up into bite-sized pieces. So hopefully you're not one of those students that has a habit of putting off big projects until the week before, 2 days before, or something you would never do, start working on it the night before. We're going to try and get this in pieces. So each due date is going to have you complete a different part of your project. And you'll notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 due dates that we're working towards, the first one being next week. So each one of these benchmarks you'll earn credit for. They are assigned quests. And let's dive into kind of what to expect in each piece of the puzzle. So due next week, your site shell should be created and your link should be submitted to the Quest 26 Dropbox. I actually have a present for you guys. I made you a Google site template. And that is going to make this first benchmark lickety-split for you. And you'll also notice that there's some editing that will be done, and you're going to start working on your Section 1 rough draft. In 2 weeks, April 30th, you will have at least one of your 3 artifacts and one of its rough drafts. And I'm going to be looking for a Section 3 outline and or brainstorming. So it's not going to be complete, just going to be an outline or brainstorming of your thoughts and where you're going. This is a great week to get ahead. And then we'll be on May 7th, Quest 28. This is going to be a little bit beefier week. You're going to be focusing on getting 2 of the 3 artifacts placed. Once you have that done, you'll place your final and 3rd artifact, and you're going to have at least a rough draft of all 3 of your write-ups being present. So by the end of May 7th, that week, midnight Wednesday, you will have all 3 of your Section 2 artifacts. Now, if you need to communicate about an assignment that maybe is going to be turned in later, like maybe you've got a big math or science project that you know already that you've learned a lot about and that you want to be included in your website, but you don't have the feedback yet, it's not complete yet, all you need to do is email me for approval and modified deadline. May 14th, Quest 29. Big check mark here. The majority of your media is placed. You have gone back and revised, proofread, and edited section 1, basically finalizing it. You've gone back and revised, proofread, and edited section 2, again, finalizing it. And then you've gone back independently and reviewed your main goal. Why are you doing this project? What are you getting out of it? That was in our announcements for one of your very first assignments on the discussion board. So if you didn't create a main goal, you should have gotten an email from me that was due the week of the 17th, I believe, that Monday that we returned from the weekend. And then finally, the whole shebang is going to be due May 21st, and that is a Wednesday by midnight. So everything should be finalized, proofread, all sections are complete. This is going to be how you show off all of your work and earn credit for this assignment. So in addition to meeting benchmark deadlines, you'll also be receiving an additional grade just for the portfolio. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests tied up just in you using this strategy to make your deadlines and to make this project manageable. Now let's look at this for a second here. If a student misses a Wednesday benchmark, that student will be required to come and hang out with me Friday morning at 8:30 to complete the missing work. So that being said, if you miss a deadline, one of the first things I'm going to do is pick up the phone Thursday morning, call mom, dad, or whomever is at home, let them know that you didn't get it turned in and that you'll need to be here Friday morning at 8:30. So you get to choose to be the one in control of your schedule and plan. And if you don't want to hang out with me first thing on Friday morning at 8:30, just make sure that you're managing your schedule and time well. All right. The next document that you have is the Quick Start Guide. This video will show you how to create your site and how to access the Pioneer 101 template. That's a template that I made specifically for this class to get very quickly started on your site outline. So that's your present. Make sure that you watch that video on how to get going. Number 2, this is the Google Site Help Center. They have all the information that you're going to need, and obviously they are the experts on their Google site. They're a good stopping point if you get lost or if you wanted to know about some advanced options. And then some really excellent tutorial videos for the beginner and the advanced user on how to modify your site. So you have a lot of resources here. So looking at your folder one more time, you have 3 handouts. And then once you have accessed this folder, you should be able to click the Shared With Me section of your drive, and it should always be there. If you have any questions, let me know. But most importantly, make sure that you're working hard. High five to you. You've got this. Let me know what questions you have, and have a great day.